Hello, community. Welcome to another episode of Hot Tips Bet, the best tips across Europe. I'm with my big daddy as usual. Hello, big daddy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us once again.
Okay, big daddy, which tips do you have for us this weekend?
Oh, it's going to be a tricky game. Basically, most of the games this week, it's hard to actually find value. Let's we'll just quickly go out with those that we think they actually need the game, and those because some are already on holiday. So let's just start with what we think. So my first game is the Serie A game. I like the game between Napoli and Cagliari, which is going to be played. We all know that between them and Inter Milan, and they are struggling for the Serie A title, just a point adrift. Any one of them that slip up again this weekend will be we have forfeit. But when I look at this game, I think Inter Milan are more concentrated to play in the Champions League compared to the Serie A because very likely by crooks or by mean Napoli is supposed to win this game. Playing at home and Inter Milan away to Como. And Como, we know they have been a good side. Fabregas have done a good job. So for Inter, it's more a difficult challenge and they would like to rest most of their key players, Inter Milan, because they have the Champions League to play for. In fact, that's why the game will be played early on Friday. So for this game, I'm with Napoli. Winning a win for Napoli straight out, I win 1.21 is quite low for me. And if you feel Napoli where you want that, you can go for it. And Napoli to win less than 3.5 goals, and the odds is 2.05. I feel Napoli will win the game, and the question is how many goals they will score. Because it's generally they're a low scoring side. If you want to be on the safe side, you don't want to care who wins or how many goals. You can sleep. You could go for the goals market, less than 3.5 goals, which is 1.56. But for me, I'm going adding it with a Napoli win and less than 3.5 goals.
Yeah, I'm not on that game because of the odd. I saw it was 1.22 and Napoli needs the game, and it could be like they will come and just score like ridiculous number of goals, or we can see the typical Napoli less goals. So that's why I left the game because I don't know which one will come out because it's the last game of the season. They can just want to come and finish the game and just first half like 4-0. So that's why I decided not to go to the to play the game. But everybody knows that Napoli needs the game to win, but the odd is 1.22. So which Napoli that will come out, that we don't know. If it will be Napoli that will just want to come and finish the game in the first half, or the normal reserves Napoli. So that's why I did not choose the game. But I chose Como versus Inter. I still choose Inter because I think they still, although they have the Champions League next week, but I think they still need this game for the Scudetta. They might not be like rest some few players. I think they still have the capacity to win Como. Although Como is really good, I think in this game, I'm seeing both teams to score and Inter to win. But I just want to be like a bit in the safe side because Inter needs the game. Inter to win at 1.65.
I'm not on that game. If I was to go for that game, I would go for Como to win 4.90 because I look at Inter Milan, as I said, Champions League final is more in their mind and they will rest the key players. Natalia, all these key players will be rested against Como. And because Como is a young, good side, and Napoli, if you remember, Napoli lost there. So so don't underestimate Como. So my next game is to the to the English Premiership, and then I have the game with Man United and Aston Villa. Here there is the Aston Villa need the team more, the game more than Man United. Man United already They are either going on relegation or not, so they are where they are. So there's nothing except pride being at home. So, but I look at this game and I felt Aston Villa need the game more, and they need to qualify for Champions League. So I'm going with the Aston Villa win, and a win and a less than 3.5 goal as well. Odd is 3.80.
Okay. Me too. I'm also on that game, that Aston Villa to win, because they will see the hangover of this loss heartache, which for the game they played, the what's called the final game that they lost the game. So there's no motivation, no morale in the dressing room now. I think for Man U, their season is, it can't get to us because it's 16 on the what's called on the table, playing really awful, lost final, the least points in their in how many years. So Man U season, it's over. So playing this last game is just like, let's just go there to represent and just finish the season. Then they would be looking forward to the next season. So I think Aston Villa, they have a lot to play for the Champions League, and they have players to players. Aston Villa is much better than Man U, and I think Aston Villa should be able to win the game comfortable and at 1.73.
Yes. My next game is the game within my favorite team of the year. Forest playing Chelsea. And here, definitely, is this a really tricky one, because I look at these two teams as evenly matched in such a way, even though Chelsea has more depth, but they've not been winning away matches has always been difficult for them this season. They've won most of their games at home. If they are able to perform as good as they were at home, maybe we will have been saying a different story. So, but Forest, on the other hand, have been averagely pretty good at home as well. And with what is at stake, a win for any of these two teams will mean that the person is moving top to Champions League while the other is pushed down. And a win, so a draw for Chelsea still keep them there because they will still be above Forest. So Forest, the only thing they could do here is to win. If they don't win, the owner of the club will flog all of them because that man is. So I'm here. The outright for Forest win is 3.10. If you feel that you need a draw, or because it's the last game of the season, I decide to go for a crazy odds regarding Forest. So Forest to win, because I believe it's not going to be all goals. Both will be a bit conservative, try not to allow expose at least for the. So Forest to win, less than 2.5 goals, odds of 7.50.
No, that's a good odd. That's a good odd. I'm also on this game. Mine also is Forest to win. I just believe that Forest. This is like the final of the Premier League. Like this is the final, like the game of the weekend. That both teams need this game. And Forest, they play this counter attack football, and they're very fast up forward. So and Chelsea is going to come and attack. That's what they are going to come and do, and Forest is going to hit them on the counter. So I can see the game play out as if that Nottingham Forest should win this game. But it will be very difficult for them also because Chelsea is also picking up points. Like the last couple of weeks, they've been turning up a bit also. They've been playing a bit better than the previous weeks. So, but I still believe that Forest, in front of their stadium, they support the last game, and they know what is at stake. They have to win the game at 3.10. That's my take on this game.
Okay. The last game, I still go for all the Champions League slot teams struggling to get there. I look at Newcastle and Everton. In this game, the odds for Newcastle is quite low, 1.33. And I'm not too satisfied. I don't like that much. I prefer both teams to score because Everton has always played a typical British kind of football. Newcastle may win the game, but Everton may just nick in a goal in there. So for both teams to score here is 1.87, and that is what I'm going for instead of an outright win for Newcastle. So
I'm not on that game. My next game is Fulham versus Man City. I believe Man City also needs the game. They have to win. They're also fighting for the Champions League spot. So it will be disaster if Fulham should win Man City. So and they won't be able to qualify for the Champions League. But Man City, they are away, and for them, they play good football also. They want so this season. I'm impressed with Fulham with Iwobi and Co playing good football. Well, I think Man City, their last game I watched, I think that click is back. The old guard, they are playing like okay, let's do the run in. Let's make our fans proud for the run in. But I think Man City have the capacity to win the game at 1.60.
yes, this game actually I feel Man City has the capacity because I'm also on that game. But I went a step further because Fulham, Man City defense is not that 100%. And Fulham have a tendency, being that they are at home, and they have the possibility they could score. They are capable of scoring. So I decided to, as I said, last game of the season, I'm playing the crazy games all through. So Man City here to win and both teams to score at 2.63.
No, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm back to Serie A. For the Europa spots, Lazio versus, let's say, Lazio also needs the game because they are trying to secure the European spot, and they're also at home and they played very well. They played their hearts against Inter. Was it? Yeah, they played against Inter that they played 2-2. So I think with that momentum, they should be able to win. Let's say at home at 1.54.
I'm also on that game, the game within Lazio and Lazio, but Lazio, I was looking at the game because even though Lecce, I felt Lazio win 1.54, Lecce 6.70. Just for Lazio to score 2 goals in that match is 1.5, which is plus is 1.60. So if just for them to score, so whether they win the game, they don't win the game, is nobody's problem. Just for them to score 2 goals is 1.60. So to mix it up, you can either put Lazio to win, less than 4.5 goals, odds of 1.88. That is what I'm going for.
Okay. My next game is I have to go to Polish League as usual. Lech Poznan versus Piast. Lech Poznan. This is the last game also, and they are 1 point different with Raków Częstochowa, and they are playing at home. It's like a must win for Lech Poznan. So and everyone, all their supporters will be in the stadium today to celebrate with them if they win the game and win the extra classer. So Lech Poznan to win at 1.39.
Okay. My last game is the game between Torino and AC Roma. Still in the Serie A. These teams are Roma, Juve, Lazio. They are all in that tight slot position, slotting for European spot. And a win or draw or lose for any one of them is not going to be good at all. So for Roma, I'm going with it Roma because Roma to win outright is 1.50 because they are clicking in for that Champions League slot. And then and I believe they will be able to score at least 2 goals if they are to win this match. So I'm going with Roma to win with at least plus 1.5 goals, making it 1.95.
And that's a good one. And I saw the game also, but this season all the top flights, it's been a competitive league, like the top, not the top spot for the European sport. So I think this weekend we will make money because we are going to like target those teams that need the game. So my last game this weekend is Venezia versus Juventus. The main reason why you chose Roma, that's the main reason I'm choosing Juve also, because they have any one of them to lose the points now, they will lose money and they won't secure the European spot. So Juve to win at 1.58. But if you want to make it even much better, Juve to win less than 2.5 goals, and that is like 2.0.
Yeah, I'm not on that game because I've completed my 7 games, but it was one of the game I jotted down, Venezia versus Juve. But I spice it up for our viewers that really want to go on that, because it's a gamble between Juve, Roma, because it's only 1 point separating them, including Lazio. Is so tight up there that they could sleep. So Juventus, you could go also for one, and Juventus to win 1.5, at least to score 2 goals in the game, with the odds come to 1.92 if you don't want to go for an outright win in the game.
Okay, so that's all from us this weekend. So thank you for joining All Tips Bets. Like, subscribe, share, and forward to your friends. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and see you next time. Bye.
Okay, bye.